Sorry about that. If you heard at the end of the video, I kept asking my wife why she kept coming in while I was making my video. But what I was saying to y'all before she walked in, and hopefully she doesn't walk in again, because I had to cut my video off, so this is probably going to be like a 3-part video. But what I was telling her, what I was telling y'all about one day, me and my wife discussed if she thought that I can conceive now since, my circles came back, and if I had lost maybe enough weight or whatever to, carry a child full term. And like I told her, the doctor didn't recommend, me to try until like the first 12 to 18 months after surgery. And I told her, I said, but we had been trying for a while, and like I said, I had got successful last August, but it ended in a miscarriage because my blood pressure was really elevated and my stress level was really bad, and I had a lot of health conditions against me, so that pregnancy ended in a miscarriage in August of last year. So we really had been taking that hard. And my wife really had just wanted to start a family, and that's just been something that's on her mind. And I told her, like, once I had surgery and once I got myself back to health, back healthy, and that we could talk about it, but I wasn't talking about a couple of months out of my surgery. I was really talking about my first year out, that 18-month range. Then we could talk about it, because then I could got my goal weight down and stuff like that. And she just kept pressuring me about it, and I knew it was something that she really wanted to do. So I told her, I said, we can take a shot at it, just this time we'll take a shot at it, and if it doesn't, work or whatever, we'll just wait when it's recommended for me to try and get that out the way. So me and my wife consulted with our sperm donor, and I tried my second cycle, which would have been my second month, since surgery or whatever. And we tried, and what happened when we tried? It was successful. Yes, you heard me right. Me personally, I really didn't think it was gonna work because I had a hard time when I was overweight, and I'm still overweight. I'm not saying I'm not overweight, but I'm saying it took me a little longer when I tried, and I had to take like different kind of medicines and stuff. So I was just like, if I could just get her to shut up about it, let me just do it, and then she'll shut up about it, and then we'll just wait. I didn't think that it was gonna happen. I thought that I had to at least wait till I was like 100 pounds down, and then I'll be like super fertile. You get what I'm saying? But that didn't work. About a third month, I had missed my period, and I just thought a lot of stress was going on around that time. I had a lot of deaths in my family, so did my wife. So I thought that was the reason why. I never thought, hey, you have been planning, so maybe you were pregnant. I mean, you were pregnant or whatever, but I just pushed it like far back. I was like, I got her to be quiet because at least I tried or whatever. But I had missed my cycle, and then I had spotted one day, and I was like, oh, I started my cycle, so, everything's good. And 3 hours later, I stopped. Like, it was just spotting. It lasted for like 3 hours, and then it stopped. So I was like, what's going on? Am I stressed out? It's because, my body's in shock since I lost, a lot of weight or whatever. What's going on? So I just didn't tell my wife that I had didn't have a full cycle. I didn't have a normal cycle. Well, just like totally just like pushed it, far back and tried to ignore it. But I had scheduled a pap smear like a month before we had tried, and so it came around that the appointment came around, and we went, and the lady was like, "When was your last cycle?" And I was like, "My cycles are irregular, because my cycles were irregular. I wasn't having like a regular cycle, like, so I consider myself irregular." So me and my wife was in there, and she was like, "Well, okay, we're gonna do the pap smear, make sure that everything is going right." Because I told them that I had gastric sleeve, and that I just wanted to make sure everything was all right. I wanted to check my levels and make sure my hormones and everything was okay, and I didn't develop like thyroids or nothing like that. So she was just like, it's recommended since you're 23, that you have to take a P test. And I was like, okay, I'm fine with that, because like I said, in the back of my mind, I didn't think that pregnancy was gonna be nowhere discussed that day. I just thought I was gonna have my pap smear, and they were gonna send off my tests and stuff and call me back, and I was gonna move on. Okay, so I went to the restroom. My wife stayed in the room. I peed in a little cup. I left the cup in the restroom. I came back in. I was talking to my wife, and I was telling my wife that I had some little cramps. So I was like, "Damn, I think I'm about to start." Excuse me if I have any Christian followers on there and that don't condone and cursing. I'm so sorry. But I was like, "Damn, I'm cramping. I think I'm about to start my cycle, and this woman is for to do a pap smear." So I like started freaking out. I was like, "What happened if she get down there?" And I'm just like, done started, and that would be super gross. Like, we were just laughing it off, and I knew, I'm like, we looked, and it was like two women, because it was like the nurse, and then it was a doctor. They flew in there. Like, I was like, what the hell? Because I knew I was a little late, because it was like 45 minutes away from where I stay is where I was going to go get this pap smear done, because I had followed a doctor that I was seeing when I was trying to get pregnant, and he had went 45 minutes away from our hometown or whatever. He, changed hospitals. So I followed him because I really trusted him, and he was really concerned about me. So I went to wherever he went, and it was 45 minutes away. So I was late. So I knew they were just trying to like hurry up and get this pap smear out the way, and so they can get to their other patients, because I was like super late, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, so when they flew in there, I'm like, okay, that's the reason why they flying in here. They're trying to get this pap smear out the way. So they both looking at me, and I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, they asked them, they probably just like telling me to scoot down to the bottom so they can do this pap smear. But the way, everything went silent. I'm not gonna lie, everything went silent. Like, she was like, the test, your test came back, and I'm thinking I'm finna hear a negative. So I just went blank, because I'm so, I'm just so used to hearing that negative word that I just don't even like to hear it anymore, So, she was like, your test came back, and I swear I didn't hear anything after that. Only thing I heard was, "Did you know you were pregnant?" And I said, "Pregnant?" And my wife was just like smiling, and then she started frowning, and then I was like, well, what else did they say? In my head, I'm like, okay, they asked me, did I know I was pregnant? I was like, no. And then I looked at my wife, she was smiling when they were saying it, but then she started frowning. And I just couldn't understand what was wrong. And then my wife, like, left out the room or whatever. So I was, like, totally confused. And I was like, oh, did she not know? I was like, no, it's not nothing like that. I'm just confused on, what's wrong. But, they was telling me, they needed me to pee again and do some blood work. And, they made me appointments. The doctor that I was seeing, he wasn't gonna be in that hospital, in that clinic for a while. So they were just trying to get me to the, the closest appointment I could go to, and that was like a month or whatever, and they was like, well, you're early on, so it's gonna be okay. And they set my dates for me for my OB appointment and my ultrasound appointment, and I did some blood work, and I did some more urine or whatever. But I know a lot of you probably wondering what happened between my wife and what was the miscommunication of why was she smiling in the beginning and then she like totally left out. What happened was my wife know that I was a pregnancy test junkie. So she figured that I knew that I was already pregnant and I just didn't tell her. And I waited to get there to tell her after I had been telling her that I wasn't pregnant. That's not how the case went. I didn't even test at all because, like I said, I just didn't think it was gonna work, and I just thought it was gonna be a little harder, like it usually be. And I did not sneak, and I did not know I was pregnant before it happened. So she was a little upset because she thought I was withholding information. But we got it together. We talked about it, just like married couples do. We talked it out, and I let her know I did not know, and I informed her that if I had knew, she would known. And But anyway, a lot of y'all probably wondering, how far along I am. Right now, I am 6 weeks and 6 days. Tomorrow I'll be, 7 weeks, and my due date is January the 27th of 2017. We're hoping for a boy, but, whatever God give us, I just hope that it comes out healthy and I have a safe delivery and a healthy pregnancy. I know it's early on, and I really know that my surgeon is gonna be like upset or whatever. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, "Why did you do that?" And what was the purpose of you having the surgery if you're was just gonna get pregnant anyway? But like I said, my intentions was not to do it this early, but when you're in a marriage, you have to consider the other person's feelings. And I know it's unhealthy, and I know that my body's not even healed that good yet, but I have faith. And I have faith that if God wants this for us, that He will lead me the way and He will give me the strength to get through anything. And, He has the last answer. And whatever He has planned for me, I'm going to walk by faith and not by sight. So, if you have something negative to say on it, please, I will ask y'all nicely to not to comment, on the comments, talking about, you shouldn't have did it, and regardless of what your wife wanted to do, you should have thought of yourself. But like I said, marriage is 50-50, and I had to consider what she wanted me to do. And like I said, if it was gonna, get her to stop talking about it, I didn't mind doing it. And I knew deep down inside I wanted a child or whatever. But I know it had been really hard, and I knew I had to take medicine to get pregnant. But, I just didn't think it was going to work. Like I said, I didn't think I lost enough weight, to get pregnant. And I know I was overweight and got pregnant, but I was overweight and got pregnant taking Clomid and taking metformin and taking, different stuff, to get pregnant. And this time I wasn't taking all that. So I felt like it wasn't going to, work. But yes, YouTube, I am 6 weeks pregnant. I will be 7 weeks pregnant tomorrow. We're very excited. And that's probably why in the beginning of the video you heard that my eating habit had changed. It's like I still eat a little. I'm still restricted from eating, but I don't stay as full as long as I used to. I get a little hungrier, quicker than I used to. So I've been dealing with that. I'm still losing weight, and the ER doctor said that's normal. You can still lose your weight, and your baby can still, gain its weight and, be healthy, you just need to do, what you need to do. Make sure you're getting your vitamins intake and you're doing your protein and all that. I started taking a prenatal over the counter like at Walmart, and it didn't work because it had like a sugar coating on it. And then I had got prescribed some pills, and being a VSG recipient, that didn't work that well for me. So, what I'm gonna do is take my multivitamins that I was taking, for my VSG, and I think I might double it, because the multivitamin I got, you take it twice a day. Well, you take 2 in the morning, and I think I was gonna just do 2 in the morning and then do 2 at night, so I can get enough vitamins in for me and the baby or whatever. I think that's how I was gonna try, because my multivitamin doesn't have a sugar coating. It's a gummy, and I can deal with it a little bit better. But if you have any suggestions on what I need to do, and like I said, I'm going to work on my water intake, because like I said, I've been slacking a little bit on my water, and I've been slacking on my protein. But I know that you'll be sent to the hospital quicker if you are dehydrated and not because of protein. So I'm going to have to work on that that hydration part. But and another good thing that has happened to us, I purchased a car. I have been getting on my wife's nerves for a couple of years about wanting a 2013. That is the year we got married. So I've been wanting a 2013 car, and I had like a couple of suggestions of what I wanted, so I finally went to her one day and I was like, ooh, excuse me. I went to her one day and I was like, I really want a 2013 car. Like, I'm tired of getting cars and I'm not getting something that I want. Because, like, I had a 2007 MKZ and I had a 2006 Ford Taurus. And I was like, that's not really something I wanted. It's just something I got. So I was like, can we, go look at cars or whatever. And at this time, I did not know I was pregnant. And I just kept getting sick that day, and I just didn't know what the hell it was. I was just like, oh my God, I'm getting sick. Like, something is wrong. But, I was still looking at cars, and I was still, trying to do all that, but didn't know I was pregnant. The next day, I found out I was pregnant. I was like, I got a new car, and I got a new baby. It was just weird. But anyway, I ended up getting a 2013 Ford Taurus. And I love my baby, and I named her, what did I name this damn car? I think I named it Marshmallow. It's undecided right now. I named the car 3 different names since I had it. But I think I'm going to stick with Marshmallow, because it's a white car or whatever. I don't know. It probably be something else the next time I get on her, but like I said, I finally got that 2013 car that I wanted, and my wife was just like, whew, I finally can stop hearing you talk about it. You got what you want. And I was like, okay, now you got what you want, so now we're even. Yeah, other than that, the Taylor family has been good. Now we're expanding, but, we've been good. The relationship has been good. She's been very supportive of my weight loss. And she's been very supportive of this journey. And, this journey has its ups and it's been having its downs. Sometimes I get like a little frustrated. I hate that I have this big shirt on today, because you're probably thinking, oh my God, you look so big. But trust me, it's just this shirt. Because if you follow me on Instagram, and my Instagram name is Nicca, Necca, Pratt, Pratt, _Taylor. So it's Nicca _ Pratt _ Taylor. On Instagram, you will see that my transformation is coming along, and my weight loss is, it's happening. My weight loss, I'm not gonna complain about it or whatever. But these braids for the summertime probably, really making me look a little bigger in the face. But, you can tell if you are somebody that followed me from the beginning that there is some changes. I wish I was technology savvy where I can insert a picture of me without the big T, because I've been having morning sickness and, you know, I've just been lounging around or whatever. And I have a big t-shirt on. Matter of fact, I have my wife's t-shirt on. I'm just laying around the house and, you know, making this video. So I don't want you to mistake this shirt as my weight, because I am really small up under here. And, you know, I have big boobs. So, you know, my boobs would probably be up here. You know, in other videos, my titties are right here. But they're all the way down here. And, you know, you probably can't tell that I have lost boobies, but, you know, you have to know me to know where I started to, you know, really just say, oh, you done lost. But, you know, my arm looks, you know, you can kind of tell on my arm a little bit, you know. My arm used to be a little bigger than that. And my face used to be a little bigger than that. And my skin is coming along too, because in like previous videos I was like a little darker than this. And like I said, the camera I had, I broke it and I haven't got another camera yet. So I'm just using my phone for right now. And it's not really showing you how bright I done got and how I'm looking and how this clear skin is getting clearer, you know. But hey, sometimes you have to work with what you got. But I'm working on it. But I guess I'm gonna end this video with lots of love, and don't forget to subscribe and rate and comment if you have any suggestions on, you know, how to make sure I get that protein in, and that, you know, that water intake, or something about my pregnancy. You know, if you don't stop coming through that door.
Sorry, I was gonna ask you what you want me to do with the seat covers.
Switch them.
Switch them over.
Switch them.
Something to drink.
I thought you just got something to drink.
I put some water in the freezer.
Oh, okay.
Want me to close the door?
Close the door then, crybaby. You the one want to clean the car out.
I need a cold beer, but
you don't need no beer.
Not right now.
You can open that door back.
Okay.
Crybaby. But anyway, I was ending this video anyway before I got really disturbed. So I guess I catch y'all in the next video.